Chess, one of the most widely known strategy games in the world. It consists of a variety of pieces, each with their own unique identity, ideas, and movement. Many popular chess champions, or grandmasters as they're called, have devoted their lives to studying and improving on the way chess is played and finding the best possible solution for any possible scenario. Memorizing patterns, finding tricky forks, etc. It's all part of the mastery of a game that is chess. And speaking of pattern recognition, another way chess players like to improve on their skills is by doing puzzles, specifically the ones found on chess.com. These range from a variety of different things, like finding the best possible move, playing yourself in solo chess. But what if I told you that there was a type of puzzle not found on chess.com, and not in any other forum of the internet for which my knowledge extends to? What if I told you that this puzzle takes what you know about chess and warps it into a new and exciting brain teaser? And what if I told you that this puzzle doesn't just test your pattern recognition and strategic thinking, but also challenges your ability to problem solve through new ideas and a good amount of trial and error, instead of just memorizing the game of chess? This is the puzzle of the immobile king. The puzzle was made up by yours truly, mostly late at night when I had nothing better to do, and it strives from the concept that your king, the thing you want to protect at all costs, is paralyzed. That's right, it can't move or help attack or defend opposing pieces. That job is up to the rest of your pieces, specifically 2 knights, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, a pawn, and a queen. The challenge rules are as follows. Create an impenetrable box in the middle of a chessboard surrounding your immobile king, the 8 tiles around it to be precise. Using those pieces, that is impossible for your opponent to infiltrate and checkmate you without getting captured or recaptured themselves. Once you create your box, your opponent only gets to move one of their pieces in the following board at once, which I will show to you later in the video. And if they cannot breach your box and checkmate you in one move, either by queen or by the knight, they lose and you win. Construct the box with 0 flaws, as if there is just one, your opponent will find it and it will cost you the game. With all that said, keep in mind that there are multiple solutions to this problem, but as far as I know, they all stem from one setup. Now, I'll give you a bit of time, or you can pause the video to see if you can figure it out yourself. Ready? Begin. Alright, time's up. Now, I'm going to go through a quick explanation of the whole puzzle, and I'll try to keep it brief and explain everything as best as possible, but I can never make promises, as you can see. This looks very confusing for anyone really reading this. So as you can see, any move that black makes, or I guess if you think about it, it's white's turn, but white gets to place 8 pieces on their turn. Then black gets 1 move. So let's just say this is just completely random. It's like this. So this is how you would structure your box, using all these white pieces, and you make something like that. If it's white's turn, all they have to do is just do something like, not white's turn, black turn. So this was your turn. They just go like this, and boom, that's checkmate. I think. Yep, that's checkmate, because you can't. Remember, your king is immobile, so it can't attack. This can't attack. This can't. Ooh, I guess it just attacked its own brethren. This can't attack. This can't attack. And these knights, unfortunately, can't hop over to defend against it, so that won't work. Okay, I guess it just won't load previous move. That's unfortunate. Okay, yeah. So we have to somehow make a box that is impenetrable to any attack, and also, if maybe it's like this, and oh wow, it's probably not, but it's like, oh wow, whatever they're called, can't get through, queen can't get through. If you just do a knight, this doesn't make sense, by the way. Let's just say this is like a rook or something. Knight here, boom, you're screwed, because you can no longer defend, and that's a smothered mate. So, back that. So we have to come up with a thing, or a plan that is completely impenetrable and cannot be broken. And also, something that could possibly happen is like this, where it's like that, then it's like that, and you win. That's how you win in this scenario. What am I missing? Queen. Okay, so let's just go through a couple of things that I want to talk about. First of all, there are some ideas as you start making more boxes. Oh, this here and I'll put this here, and maybe I'll switch these around, and whatever. You start to notice a pattern where a lot of times when you almost have it, and it gets extremely annoying. So I'll try to think of an example. It's just you get so close to the answer, but no cigar. Like this could work, like this. So trying to think right here. Could be like that. Could be like that. Could be like that. Could be like this for some reason. Okay, so basically, this we can see. Actually, I'll switch these around. So we can see right here, this is protected. So you can't take this without taking this. You can't take this without these two rooks. Can't take. Let's just. Yeah, you can't take. Well, you can't take that rook. That's that's our problem right there. You can't take that rook. This was guarded. 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 We had one problem right here. This rook is the only problem we had facing this, so it can't work. It always seems to be that. It's always one left, just one space, and it messes the whole thing up. So that was an example of the pattern that not the king. Okay, I don't even know what's happening. I've never used chess setup, but yeah, so that won't work, and we have to come up with something new. And you also have to understand in the circumstances some things that, first of all, a rook and a bishop, like in a normal chess game, bishop has like 5 value and a rook has 5 value and a bishop has 3. But in this scenario where this space doesn't matter or this space doesn't matter and it doesn't really matter how many spaces you occupy, you just want to have the most value. You want to have the absolute most best place to put a bishop. Because if I push a bishop here, this bishop does 0 things. Does not defend this square or this square. Or this square. No, or this square doesn't matter. And it doesn't fit in this square or this square. A bishop here is completely and utterly useless. There's no point in putting it there. Same with a pawn. If I put don't know why this keeps happening. If I put a pawn right here, then the pawn only really does that, and that's not the value it can get. So, working with that theory, we want to have the most value out of every piece we put. And with that, because a bishop here can defend this, and a rook here can defend this. That means a rook and a bishop have the same exact value, or almost. You'll see as I explain later. And a knights also are very good in this scenario because they're the only pieces that, let's just say there's a brigade like this. So whatever, this rook seems unguarded, but the knight can stay there and guard it, and there's a rook guarding the knight and stuff like that. So yeah, they're very, very useful in this case. So putting everything back, and it's also surprisingly enough, rooks don't even have as much value as you think they would. Because yeah, putting them here is good, but putting them here is just a bit better because they're more defensive in this place. Because you can put them here, yeah, but now you can't. You've cut off a really good point to put a queen, a really good point to put a thing, like a knight. Knights in the corners are very, very useful. So you kind of cut that off, so they're better defensive right here, where they can just stand guard. And then there's another very important, or two more very important aspects before I begin the solution to this problem. Queens are extremely good. If you put a queen right here, it guards 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And every time I go outside of this circle that I'm talking about, it's because of the knights, where the knight can get into a checkmate. 4 squares. So you always want to try to put a knight on a light-colored square in this scenario. Light-colored square queens are the bomb. And we also have a very, very important thing that a lot of people, when I showed this to my friends, and they didn't understand, or I was watching them do the puzzle and they didn't understand. As I said, corner knights are extremely, extremely valuable, as not only do they cover this square and this square, but they also can cover this square in cases where you have like a rook here, for example, so it can't get that, and maybe you have like rook here for some reason. So this scenario and this scenario right here. So, oh wait, it shouldn't be a rook actually. It should be like a knight. So in this scenario right here, a rook takes this, or a knight can take that and a bishop can take that, where instead of that it puts a rook on the dark square, which we talked about and we didn't like. So it's all very useful in the end. What did I just get rid of? A knight. Okay. All right. With all that said, and I'm sorry I said that I knew I would keep this brief, but it's just a good puzzle and I'm proud of myself for making it. And I say that and I don't actually know if someone else has done this. My friends are ragging on me about it, but I have no idea. So, you know, if someone has thought of this before, please let me know, because I don't want to take full credit for this. But okay, with all those ideas and patterns selected, let's go through sorry, speaking loud right there, the main puzzle. First thing you want to get out of the way is these knights. These knights are super important, as I've said. And while yes, this is good, so they cover this and this, if you think about it in a reality or in a perspective, wouldn't it be better? Because you would have to go like this. You'd also have to go like this. That's 2 rooks down for 2 knights. And that's not good value at all. That just doesn't seem good. So you would be better to place them all where a rook can defend both of them like this. So now this covers this square. This covers, covers this square and this square. And the rook covers both these. But how do we defend the rook? With a bishop, obviously. We don't want to start queen yet, because it's a way better position. Where did I just put that? I think I just went missing. Okay, bishop right here. This is defended by this knight. And defended, 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 defended. These are all defended, and this is complete, and this is complete. So what do we do now? Well, just move the bishop here. I mean, now it doesn't really do as much, but now this double defends this, but it doesn't really matter. Now it defends this, or it attacks this, So this row is complete, this row is complete, and all these pieces are defended. Now, moving on, the only really important thing left is just a queen here. And you see why. Defends this, already defended, defends this square, so now this row is complete, and it just doesn't matter anymore. It could be pawn here, it could be rook here, could be rook here, could be pawn here, could be rook here, but also, it could just be vice versa. So the pattern could go like this, it does not matter. It could go like that, could go like that, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. It could just be flipped around. It's still the same value. So yeah, watch this. This can't take this because of this. I probably shouldn't be taking them because it's, oh my god. It's so annoying to put them back. Yeah. That can't take that because of that. This can't take this because of this. Alright, just watch my cursor. This can't take that because of that. Are you kidding me? I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be such a shorter video. This can't take this because of this. This can't take this because of this. This can't take this because of this. This can't take this because of this, and this can't take this because of this. So and this can't take this because of this. So all these squares are guarded. Now, are these squares guarded? Yes, because watch. This square defends this knight. This square defends this knight. This square this square defends this. This square defends... No, this square defends this. This square defends this. And then this square defends this. And this square defends this. And defends this. So all of these are defended. And just... If you see like this... You win. That's not fair. That's against the rules, basically. You can't do that. So yeah. No matter what your opponent does in this situation... they cannot win. It is impossible for them to win. You just get an automatic victory, basically. And I see a lot of people struggling, but whenever I notice that someone's getting it wrong, the first thing I look at is usually like this, where these don't matter anymore. They put the 2 knights in the middle, and as far as I know, there are no other solutions. There probably is, but I see a lot of people struggling putting the 2 knights here, so it's like looks really good, like, oh yeah, defends this, but knights should have more value than that, because if you place it here, sure, now it defends this, and defends this, or attacks this. With a knight here, it just defends this and defends this. You want to Like, this is what I was saying. You want to have the most value. This is the most value. This is a lot of value. And this is just an insane amount of value. Rooks really just don't matter as much. They're just defending. And the pawn, whatever. The pawn just doesn't matter either. So, yeah. This was the puzzle, the Immobile King. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good puzzle. Any challenge. It's a challenge for most. Took... I would say, this sounds off, but 2 days to complete because I spent a lot of time on it, but I did it in periods, so I did it like 10 minutes one day, then 10 minutes the other day, and then I finally figured out a solution. I did it kind of on my phone, just on an app. So yeah, and then obviously your king is mobile, so you can't, that's what it's based off of. Yeah, I showed my teacher, I showed everyone else, or all my friends, because I was just happy with what I created, and if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, have a good day. This is the Chillboat, signing off.